Okay, well now it's about time, well actually it's about time, it's time for our feature poet. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the young lady up that put this all together, and we're going to let her introduce the feature poet. Makes my job easier as well. So, without further ado, we're going to bring up Miss Annette Lawrence.
I won't keep you any longer. I'm going to tell you about our feature poet. This brother, and I say brother because we all are brothers and sisters. This brother I found after I prayed. Said I need to have a feature poet that's going to be awesome. He's going to bring the house down. And lo and behold, I used Google and I found him. He is phenomenal. Really, really phenomenal. He's been doing this poetry thing since 2000. Actually, he's not only been doing it in South Florida, in New York City as well. He appeared at the Apollo in 2003, isn't that something? And also, he appeared on the cover of City League magazine in 2000. He's hosted over 2,000 shows. He's awesome. He's not afraid to stand up in front of the mic and tell you his story. He can paint a canvas, paint a mental canvas, or paint on your mental canvas. So that's a good thing. In addition to that, I want to share with you that he is on a quest to appear on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. And one of the things that I do when choosing a feature poet, they've got to be about something. They've got to have a cause. They've got to have a drive. They've got to have a goal. And his goal, again, is to appear on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. And one of the perks of being the feature poet is that we have to support them. I encourage them to bring their CDs, their artwork, whatever it is, and we even take a collection up for our feature poets because we want to help him along on his quest. But you don't want to hear anything more from me. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to get out of the way. But before I do, I'm going to bring to you Mr. Renda Ryder.
Hello, everyone. How we doing? Good. All right. That's good to hear. My name is Renda Ryder, and I'm a poet. My name is Renda Ryder. I'm from New York, and I live here in Florida. My name is Renda Ryder, and I live in my car. Or out of it. And my name is Renda Ryder, and like Arnett said, I do a lot of stuff. I have a lot of goals and ambitions. And my name is Renda Ryder, and most of my shit is written during times of transition. It's only when I find the time to listen to the thoughts in my mind and they all seem to rhyme, making it kind of easy to put them all down in the form of a line, in the form of a rhyme, in the form of a poem for you. You see, this is just me being me through my poetry, hopefully helping you a little bit with you being you. So you do you, and whatever you do, just do it well, and what the hell. If you got some doubt, then run and grab my CD, pull it out, and pop it in, lock it in, and start listening to what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got doubt too. I've been through some stuff. Time's been rough. I've been stuck. Been through a whole bunch of stuff. Probably some of the same stuff as you. But I'm just trying to have some fun and be a success. But the stress is more than I bargained for. But nevertheless, they say that less is more. So what the heck am I stressing for? Different voices in my head, but the consensus is that all of my sentences must mesh. Oh yes, I must confess that when I feel the worst is when I write the best. You see, I write the best when I feel the worst because all these feelings that hurt, they got me feeling like a verse is on the tip of my tongue. Now do you get where I'm coming from? Yeah! It's like I just go with my feelings and I write whatever I'm feeling in life. I'm just going with my feelings even when I feel uneven and they don't feel right. I'm just writing to exercise these uninvited feelings and this feels raw. This is that raw open wound that just won't heal. This is pretty freaking real. I'm sitting on the pavement feeling out my placement in this place. Now how am I supposed to feel about not knowing how to feel? How am I supposed to write about this? How would it sound if I wrote it? Hold it. Now this might sound like a trick, but I guess that if I wrote it down, then it would sound like this. Man, I guess I'm just a little bit anxious, a little bit confused. I feel a mix of feelings that I can't explain, but I'll try. I'm trying to cope with an underlying doubt that's out to crash my hopes. Will I give in? No. Because I write and take notes, and I write notes about life and life's ups and downs. I'm learning from the patterns of both. and I'm coming back around. And I don't know what it is, but I fight to figure it out, and I write to get it out, and it's like a scream and a shout, and I write to even it out, and I don't even like to believe in doubt, and the vein of my neck is popping out when I get on the mic and I speak about everything in my life, because I don't even like to leave out nothing, because everything in my life is something to write about. And I ain't bluffing or holding back nothing tonight, so the stuff that I write, it comes out and it comes up right. And every punchline is punctuated right. And everything that I say and I write turns into a statement that I then say in the mic. And I don't even care if everything that I'm saying tonight rhymes with blaze in the mic, because that's exactly what I'm doing tonight. Alright? Alright. I'm alright.
Alright.
That poem, by the way, is called From Me to You. I've been writing since 2000, and I guess when I first started, you know, maybe like a lot of poets, I was just kind of writing for me. I don't know, I was just, you know, putting my thoughts down, my feelings. And then after, 12 years of doing it, I started to realize this stuff I write, it's not just for me. It might originate that way, but in the end, if you share it in a public place like this, it's for you guys too. So I hope you get something out of it, or, whatever. Even if you hate it, that's a reaction, so all reaction is good. But that's why that poem was called that, and I hope you picked up on the vibe. This next piece is called Workaholic. Also a theme there. That's what I am. I'm a straight up workaholic. I very rarely sleep. All I do is work on me, work on my stuff, work on things. I don't like to rest. I do stuff. And Workaholic is this poem. I also made it like a music track, and it's the title track of my CD, which I have for sale over there for $5 for a full CD. You guys heard Gold Digger by Kanye West? You know the line where he says, he got that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes. This week he's mopping the floors. Next week it's the fry. Alright. So on the music version, I sampled him saying, he got that ambition, baby. Look in his eyes. And Nas, when he says, New York State of Mind, I never sleep because sleep is the cousin of death, I sampled that too. So those two lines inspired me to write this, as well as just my lifestyle of working hard. So here it is. Pop, look in my eyes, bloodshot. The inner ambition that's in them keeps me awake 7 days a week. Ironically, I don't even break to eat in my daily quest to get the bread to eat. And where do I rest my head to sleep? Well, the fact is that there's a mattress right above the vocal booth in a loft where I nod off about an hour a night. You see, insomnia gives me the power to write and enhance the power of right now. See, right now I'm shaving while I'm driving, showering on the go, always bringing a change of clothes to pick up, switch up, change, and go from one place to the next. There's no time to rest. A rolling stone gathers no moss, and I'm not lost. I'm on a quest to get to where I gotta go. See, my credits and credentials speak definite potential, and I'm putting it to work for me. And you can do the same for you. Use this poem as a soundtrack to be a workaholic too, because when you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. So I'm trying to kind of weave these poems into a bit of a story, to give you a glimpse into me and who I am. And it's cool to be here. I'm very grateful to be here, because I don't know a lot of you, and I'm sure a lot of you don't know me. And I perform a lot. I performed all over South Florida and all over New York. But a lot of my performances are more south of here, so it's good to have a new audience. So this is me. I don't know what you think so far, but... So, yes, in weaving the story, one of my themes is movement, transportation, physical movement, actual movement, mental movement, just moving, keeping it moving. That's something that surfaces in all my poetry. Most of my poetry that I started writing early in 2000 was inspired while riding the subway in New York, so that movement got me moving. So yeah, the peddler is transportation. I used to ride my bike. For 2 years I didn't have a car. I had to ride my bike everywhere I went. When I rode my bike, I don't know why, but the movement inspired me and made me think of creative lines and poems and shit to write. But I couldn't wait till I got to my destination to write it down because I would forget. So I had to learn how to write while I was riding. And that's what I did. For 2 years I wrote poetry on my bike while in motion. This poem was written on my bike over the course of 2 days, going back and forth to work, and it's about writing poetry on my bike, the peddler. I find pleasure in the simple pleasures in life, like writing and riding my bike, and sometimes at the same time. Best of both worlds when I ride and I write. especially at the same time. You see, I'm a peddler, and I used to be a peddler. Not a beggar, but a peddler. You see, a peddler has a product to sell, and I sold comedy club tickets on the streets of New York City for 3 years straight. Straight commission. A peddler, a salesman, a peddler, a hustler, a peddler, a promoter, a peddler. I was a peddler in Times Square. I used to peddle in the square, but now I pedal in circles on my bicycle on my way to going somewhere. Riding and riding, way out there. A peddler on the pedals of my bike, pedaling over the rose petals of life. Now stop and smell the roses. A peddler in more ways than one. And now the wheels are really turning in more ways than one. And that's what I'm pedaling for. Pedaling far, pedaling fast. By far the fastest way to creatively think. It's like mental and physical link into the ink. Living life on a bike is like living life in perpetual motion with the motion of all 7 oceans. Until I get a flat. Hole in the inner tube interlude. Switch, change the subject. Switch, change gears. Switch, change lanes. It all came from a strange brain. Marker in my hand, no hands on the brakes. Notebook in my hand, no hands on the bars. Hands busy reaching for stars. Hands busy reaching for Mars. Why should I keep them on the handlebars? You see, this is just a sample of the ample art, life art, bicycle art. I write life on a bicycle. Smart. See, the peddler likes to embark on a pedal-driven mission without driving. Written while I'm riding. I'm driven without driving. How many spokes on the tire? How many thoughts in my mind? How many lines on a page? It's like forward motion taught me that time never stays. So I plan and I pray for the best. I used to write at a desk, but I had to find better ways to express. Because my mind strains when I'm stressed, but my mind sprays best when at rest, but in motion. Pedal-driven devotion. Nobody's ever written on a bike like me. Not likely done. Well, it might have been done, but not like me. See, I'm a free spirit that rides free. I ride hands-free. A free spirit, that's what I decided to be. I decided to be me, the peddler.
All right.
Did I mention I love you guys? All right. Love. Put it out there. It's a good word. It's a good concept. It's a good feeling. All right, so we'll keep it this transportation theme. Keep it moving. But that was The Peddler. It's about riding my bike. This is Wings. It's about flying, metaphorically. Actually, it was written after a girlfriend broke up with me. And I felt like, you know what? Fuck you. I can fly. So maybe you have felt the same way before. I've got wings. Wings that can't be clipped. Wings that can't sit still. I've got wings under my shirt. I've got wings that work. They flap and I'm trapped on no ground. No one can hold down or hold back a bird made for flight. See, up here, from a bird's eye view, I can see exactly what I've got to do. And this is it. And so I'm doing it, with or without you, like you too. See, doubt me or support me. Either way, I'm moving forcefully forward. I hate to sound so forward, but I was forced to move. But luckily, I've got wings to fly. I'm not afraid to fly. My wings work well. I'm a wingman with a wingspan that's big. The wings flap while I'm thinking of the big plan. Advance through life from a bike to a car to a pair of wings. There's no comparison. It's not compared to anything. The feeling of flight, the ultimate feeling in life. I'm feeling it right now. See, I've heard it said that the meaning of life is to find meaning in life, and I was like, wow. I'm glad I heard that. I'm glad I paid attention. I'm glad I have ears. I'm glad I have a brain in my head that I use, because between that and my shoes is a dude. Right arm, P-O-E-T tattoo. Right shoulder blade connected to the right half of the base of a pair of wings. See, some people ask God for wings. Other people just ask God for help in making their wings flap. And I am of the latter, a future wing flapper since birth. Since birth, I've had a feathery feeling about the future. It's aerodynamic movement at its finest. I push my head forward, and I flap my wings, and I fly away.